Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about a huge trade that was just announced tonight. Max Domi trade to the Montreal Canadiens and coming back Alex Galchenyuk to the Arizona Coyotes. Now, of course, I've already made 2 videos in the day, and I was preparing to go to bed. I checked Twitter one last time, and that's what comes up on my feed. Max Domi going traded to the Montreal Canadiens and coming back to the Coyotes, of course, Alex Galchenyuk. And one of the bigger trades that we'll see in this offseason for sure has already happened, and it's a 1-for-1, and we've been seeing that, especially with Montreal lately. They like to do their 1-for-1 trades, and we've been seeing that a lot more lately. It's just those 1-for-1s, and this is a pretty interesting one. Now, I don't think it as bad as people are making it out to be. It's really bad for Montreal, but it's not terrible for them. It's still pretty bad, but not terrible. As we look at our stats, we'll start with Max Domi. He played 82 games this season, 8 goals, 36 assists for 45 points. He had a 48.8% corsi-for percentage this season. And Alex Galchenyuk, he played 82 games as well, 19 goals, 32 assists for 51 points, him having a 49.3 corsi-for percentage. And just with Alex Galchenyuk, it seemed like from the moment he was drafted, Montreal just did not want anything to do with him. I don't know what happened in the locker room or just what was going on. They would not play him in the center. They would just play him terribly, play him like he wasn't supposed to be played, and a former high pick overall. It just seemed from the moment that he was drafted that Montreal just did not want him. And of course, he was made to play a center, but Montreal, needing centers, wants him to play on wing. It was a stupid management decision, and I don't know what was going on there. They just played him terribly. He still got points, of course, 51 this season, but he was still mishandled. And of course, coming back, you have Max Domi, who is a winger. You're trading a center for a winger. Montreal, do you know what your team situation is? Because the last thing that this Montreal team needs to do is to trade centers. The last time that they did 1-for-1, this kind of caliber, was trading PK Subban for Shea Weber. And you know what they need? A puck-handling defenseman. You know the last time they did 1-for-1 again? Jonathan Drouin for Mikhail Sergachev. They needed a puck-moving defenseman, and they gave another one away. And now they're giving more centers away because apparently they're fine with it. They're not set. Montreal does not need to trade more promising prospects. I say prospects, but he has played games. You know what I mean. He does not, Galchenyuk does not need to be traded, and it just seemed like it was a perfect fit for Montreal, but Montreal just did not want to deal with him. He just did not want to be in Montreal organization, and I don't blame him. He definitely, I think he'll definitely be good in Arizona. I think that is great for his career, and you know, going to Arizona, being great for his career, it's kind of weird, but anything is better than Montreal for right now. For him, he was just mishandled, mistreated, and of course mishandled, and him going to Arizona, I think he'll get a much bigger chance. With Alex Galchenyuk, we're talking first-line center time. We're talking at least 20 to 25 minutes a game per night for Arizona, and for him, he definitely needs that. And even with Montreal, even with him being mishandled, he still almost put up 20 points, and he still was pretty solid, having 51 points. He was mistreated, mishandled in Montreal, and he still played pretty well. Just, it's scary to think what he'll do in Arizona when he gets that full playing time, when he plays like how he was supposed to be played. I'm really excited for how he'll develop and how he'll play with Arizona. And I really liked what Chayka has done with the team. And even though he had a bad season, the Arizona Coyotes did have a bad season, I loved what he did last offseason, acquiring guys for not too much. And again, we see another deal. This will probably be another one to go down as a great one. And even though, of course, the team might not be great, this is another trade that I think he nailed. And on the Marc Bergevin side of things, I mean, he's continuing with the trend. Another looking like a bad trade. I mean, the last 2 1-for-1s that he did, Mikhail Sergachev, Jonathan Drouin, PK Subban, and Shea Weber, it seemed like everybody thought it was bad at the time. And, of course, we've looked back on those 2, and we know that they're bad. And a lot of people have already seen the reactions already. People are flooding against Montreal in this trade, and that trend continues. It's obviously not going to be a good one for them. That would be like if you're in Carolina's situation and you trade one of your guys like Skinner to acquire another defenseman. You don't need another defenseman in Carolina, and they aren't doing that. But with Montreal, they need centers. They need some offense. Yes, Max Domi will bring offense, but he's a winger. You don't need that. And when you're in Montreal's situation, the last thing you need to do is to get rid of your promising guys, the guys that'll help you in the future. Montreal, believe it or not, is in a rebuilding phase, Marc Bergevin. How about you face it and actually keep the guys like Alex Galchenyuk, who will be amazing in the future? No, let's just give it to Arizona. I mean, Arizona will definitely take that. And for me, this trade isn't terrible for Montreal, but it is pretty bad, and it's it's not a great one. For Montreal, I just don't know what they're doing. What is their game plan? Like, what are they trying to do here? And for Arizona, this is another good move that I think will definitely help them next season. But hey, Arizona could be the playoffs. Might as well jump on that bandwagon pretty quick, because Alex Galchenyuk, I can only see having even a better season than he had last season, and a much better one at that. And when I saw this my initial reactions when I saw this on Twitter, I'm like, is this fake? Is this done? And no, it was not. It was far from fake. And Montreal tends to do that. Montreal tends to baffle you, as they've done and showed today. It's just a baffling trade. What are they doing? It's not like they're giving Alex Galchenyuk up for a promising prospect, another promising defensive prospect or something like that. They're trading for a guy who's older, who's going to give you less points, and is going to be more physical. I mean, I guess that's what Montreal wants. To me, with Montreal, I just don't know what their plan is right now. I just don't know what they're doing. Giving up Galchenyuk for a guy that I like, Max Domi, but a guy that they don't need at all. It's me when I'm just looking at Montreal, it seems like they have no direction. Like, what are they trying to achieve? What are they trying to do with this trade again? Well, it's too early to tell, but obviously, looking back on it, or right now, looking at the first impressions, it's not a good one for them, and I don't think it will be. So Montreal, again, they do another brain-puzzling move, and I still don't know what they're trying to achieve. I still don't know what they're trying to do. We'll see if it ends up working in the long run, but for Arizona, I think they got off pretty well here. So that's going it for today, guys. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. Tell me down below what you think of this trade. Who do you think won? Montreal, Arizona? What do you think of the pieces being traded? I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.